My dudes, I know it's dark. It's because I'm walking upstairs. But I have another exciting video today. I'm going to go into the den, my office, whatever you want to call it. And I don't have a mount for my GoPro down here because I have a webcam. But today we have a mic for the GoPro that you guys are currently viewing me through. So I'm going to go ahead and go through a little bit of an unboxing for this. This is the Rode VideoMic, the Go 2 specifically. It's directional, so it's going to mount on top of this camera pointing towards me, and it should pick up some incredible sound. When I bought the Hero 12, I got this little dongle. It's literally just a mic adapter for the Hero 12. So I'm going to go ahead and get this plugged in here in a second, but we're going to unbox this thing and see what it comes with and take a closer look at it. Straight out of the box, the packaging is pretty wild. Interesting. I suppose that is how large the microphone is. Small but mighty. Welcome to Next Level Audio. Open here. Ooh, look at that packaging. Oh, that's cool. Oh, look at it. Oh, it's so cool. Oh, this is sick. I like the little vibration dampener that they have. This is very futuristic looking. Oh, that's so cool. And then this little slide piece should slide in on top of where my camera is, which would be amazing. We've got that. Nothing in here. Push mic forward to unlock. Excuse me? Well, there you have it. That's it. We have a mic cable. This is the, 8mm microphone cable, I believe. And then, of course, the adapter from GoPro has an 8mm mic adapter on it. And then, if I make some noise on top of you here, this little doodad came on the GoPro, or the case that I bought for this GoPro. And this is an Ulanzi, however the heck you pronounce that, the G95 case. But this is a little mounting piece on top, but it should, and it will. And it looks like I can screw this down to tighten it up on there. Heck yeah, and now that is mounted, and then I just clip this on top, and it should be good to go. Yeah, so here we are looking at me through my desk. Webcam, whatever you want to call it. So, we've got the GoPro, we've got the Ulanzi G95 case, which this thing is sick, by the way, because it's all magnetic and little locking tabs and that kind of stuff, so it's super easy to access, and it's metal, right? So it's durable. But yeah, so I went ahead, got that all screwed in here, and tightened down the microphone on the top, and that's not going anywhere. It's very lightweight too. Like, it is incredibly lightweight. Compared to the GoPro, just man. So I'm gonna go ahead and slide this on the front here, and that is it. Does have a little bit of noise, the metal on metal contact, but that's to be expected. I assume it'll be okay. Hello, little one. I have a new kitten, so if you're hearing any squeaks and squeals, that is her. And maybe she will bless us with her presence. It would appear that both ends of these are the same, so I can just plug it in like that, and then like that, and then like, let's see, which way do I want to do this? Probably like that. This is a test. I'm just holding this, obviously. If you guys couldn't tell, I don't have a stand in here for this one, but this is a test of the Rode microphone, the VideoMic Go 2, without me even bothering to look at the instructions that would probably tell me how this thing works, right? But this is talking to it while it's plugged into the camera without me touching anything else. It's just out of the box I plugged it in, and here it is. There you go. Want to say hi, camera? Yeah. This is Kai. So this is a test of sound without the Rode microphone installed. I did find out rather quickly that if I have the microphone unplugged, but I have the little adapter for it plugged into the GoPro, it records zero sound. So here's the sound without the microphone. So something else that we can do, because this will be kind of interesting, I'm going to do a 360 of the camera. And while it's rotating, you'll be able to listen to the sound. So I'll continue to talk. I'm going to say random things as I'm turning the camera around. So just continuing the words that I'm saying. And I believe you're going to notice that the GoPro itself is going to pretty much maintain the same sound output, or input, I suppose, as we did that rotation. But it might be a little bit different when we have the Rode plugged in. So now we have the Rode microphone plugged in. I'm going to do the same test. We're going to do the same 360-degree rotation. But the Rode is a directional microphone, which means that it's only really focusing on picking up sound in the direction that the microphone is pointing. And since it's not pointing at me that whole time, it was probably very muffled and sounded like I was far away or not facing the microphone. So that's pretty cool. So something else that I wanted to test, when looking in the settings for the GoPro itself, there is microphone settings that you can change. There's a standard plus, a powered plus, and a line in. So there's 5 different modes that you can use, or settings that you can use. I was on the standard, which I believe that's what this is right now that we're talking, but I wanted to try out the standard plus. The powered and the line in are not what I would use with this Rode microphone, according to Google and Reddit, but I wanted to listen to see if the sound quality changes with the standard plus. So now that I have the standard plus setting applied, this is the sound quality that's coming out of it. So I'm not going to do any sort of like speaking words in a specific way to do a side-by-side, because I'm sure it's probably going to be either very obvious the difference or not obvious at all what the difference is between sound for both of these. So the standard plus had a lot more like static, or maybe it's just background noise for the microphone, so I think I'll be sticking with the standard for now. I might have to play around with it. Might be different outside versus like inside of the cab of the truck, where there's a lot more sound being bounced back to the microphone versus being outside, where any sound traveling towards it or away from it, I guess, whatever, it's not going to bounce off anything really to come back because you're in the open air. So we wanted to do a test of the standard versus the standard plus effect on the microphone, but as a baseline, I wanted to do the GoPro onboard mic in the same exact test. So you guys, I have you on a tripod right now. I'm gonna just back away while I'm talking and see how the sound quality kind of changes the further away that I get, and make sure I'm not tripping over some things. So I'll go probably a good 10-15 feet away and using the same voice. So we'll see how that sounds. Let's throw that Rode mic on and we'll test that one out too with just the standard mode. Okay, so now we have the Rode mic installed, standard mode on. Once again, I'm just going to go ahead and back up and continue to talk. There's a little bit of a breeze, a little bit of wind. It's kind of like blowing around, might be doing some weird things. But once again, I go back that 10 or 15 feet, and we'll see if that makes a huge difference in the sound output. And this wind is going to be a really good test for how this Rode mic does at isolating my voice. All right, I just threw the standard mic plus on. Once again, a little bit of a breeze, a little bit of background noise from the outside world. I'm going to go ahead and continue to back up until I hit that 10-15 feet-ish away, and then I'll turn around and start heading back your direction. Once again, I think this standard mic is going to have a lot more of like a higher sound output or a higher pitch. More likely that the microphone is going to be saturated with sound. So I don't think that that breeze is really going to do as good with this setting. So as promised, I am outside now. I do not have the Rode mic plugged into the GoPro. There's a little bit of a breeze kind of blowing. Nothing too crazy. Just getting a quick sound clip with the background noise of the great outdoors. And let's go ahead and throw this Rode mic on and see if it sounds any different. We are back outside, same spot, same day, but we have the Rode mic plugged in this time. The breeze is off and on, kind of doing its thing. But here is your sound clip while we are in the open air with less background noise from the cab of a vehicle or a room. So the next sound clip is just me inside of the vehicle of the truck. This is a much smaller, more confined space than my bedroom was. So the sound that's going to be coming into the GoPro is definitely going to have a little bit more of an echo from my voice bouncing off of the windows and the doors and that kind of stuff. So this clip is without the Rode microphone. Let's go ahead and throw that mic on and we'll see if it sounds any different. So now that I have the Rode microphone on, once again, we're still sitting inside of the car. that confined space, much more echo of my voice. But the Rode microphone, I think you'll find, does a much better job at isolating my voice and kind of removing anything else from the background, such as the sound of the engine and those echoes and that kind of stuff that might be going on inside of the truck. So let's go ahead and go for a drive. I'm going to roll the windows down, as I said. We're going to see what that wind noise sounds like coming through the Rode mic versus coming through just the regular GoPro onboard microphone. So I do have my arm up here to kind of minimize the vibrations that are coming from the Ulanzi case that I have on this. Unfortunately, there's a little bit of metal-to-metal vibration in one particular spot that I haven't fixed yet. But here we are driving on my 35-inch mud terrain tires, which are really friggin' loud, with a little bit of wind coming in through the windows of the truck, and we are on the regular onboard microphone that is part of the GoPro, so we'll see how that sounds. So now we're on the Rode mic, and once again I think you'll find that directionally it's picking up my voice a lot better. Once again, there's a lot of sound coming from inside of the cab of the truck, and of course the wind blowing in from the windows. For both of these tests I've been going about 35 miles an hour, so nothing crazy fast, but it's also 49 degrees outside and I really don't want to have my windows down for much longer than I have to. So let's go back to the house where it's a bit warmer. So I thought I would do an interior test as well, without that wind noise. Once again, I'll be getting a lot more of the drone coming from my tires, which are very loud. Obviously, it's louder the faster that I go, so going 35 miles an hour is not really the loudest that these tires can get, but I just wanted to do a comparison between the Rode mic and the onboard microphone of the Hero 12 with the windows shut. So here we are inside of the cab, Rode mic installed, going about 35 miles an hour. And once again, I didn't want to have the wind noise. I just wanted to have that drone, that wong that's kind of coming from the tires, so that you can see that there is indeed a difference in how much gets picked up by this microphone. So, and I'm going to be slowing down here because I'm on some corners and entering a neighborhood. But, whoop, sorry for touching you. So the one thing that I really noticed about this Rode mic, I've been using it for going on 4 months now, I want to say, and I used it on a couple of off-roading trips, overlanding trips, and one of them spent a lot of time inside of the cab of the truck driving around. And editing that footage, I noticed that there is a huge difference between the Rode mic and the onboard microphone of at least the Hero 8. I didn't really compare it to, obviously, the 12 because I was using the Rode mic. From a editing perspective, when I'm listening to all of this footage, the Rode mic is absolutely insane. I did a couple of interviews while sitting outside in the middle of a windstorm. We actually were on a camping trip in the middle of a hurricane, and I took outside footage while it's raining, while the wind was blasting around us, and you could still hear what I was saying very clearly. When the wind gusts would come in, you could tell that the wind had picked up, but it didn't really affect how the sound quality of your voice was. It might dim your voice a little bit, but I was severely impressed. I know that's a very strong word, but I wasn't, oops, sorry, I'm rubbing. I was incredibly impressed with how well this microphone performed in a ton of different conditions. And honestly, I'm probably going to end up sticking with Rode when it comes to getting like the lapel microphones, like the lav mics and that kind of stuff for interviews, because I've been thoroughly impressed with this thing. So let's go ahead and hop back onto the desk. If you can't tell, it's been a couple of months that I've been working on this video. By working on, I mean I recorded it and then we moved on. Except for the recent clips that you just watched. I wore the same shirt to try to fool you, but my hair is different, so I put on a hat. But you can tell it's been a few months because Kai has gotten a lot bigger. Anyways, Kitten is cute and very active. Enough about the cat. The Rode mic is amazing. It works really, really well at isolating my voice and isolating the sound. And so using it as like a onboard camera mic has worked really well on previous trips that I've taken. So the Hero 8 and the regular Hero 12, which is what the Rode mic is plugged into. This is a Hero 12. The onboard sound, whatever you want to call it, the mic that they have installed, like it works, it functions. And it does a good job at picking up voice and sound and that kind of stuff, but it doesn't do a good job at isolating voice from other sound and removing that sound from your clip, or at least like minimizing it. The Rode mic does an amazing job at that. So you saw in the clips with me walking away, the non-powered mode, after I got probably 2 feet away from the Rode mic, it pretty much just made my voice the same sound as everything else in the background. But when I'm up on it like this, talking to you guys directly into the camera, it does so dang well. And the main reason I got it was because when I'm driving around inside of the car and I'm talking to you guys on these trips, I wanted you to actually hear me talking and not just the rest of the sounds in the car. It works so well, and I'm very excited for all of the future sound clips that I'm going to be using my Rode mic for. So stay tuned to the channel if you guys have enjoyed this type of video. Obviously, I'm not a professional, so I'm not doing any crazy scientific things and showing off like how the sound waves are, adapting in different scenarios with the Rode mic versus not. Like, I've seen some videos online where people literally pull up the individual frequency that the microphone is taking in, and can compare it to show like, oh, this is noise or whatever, and a visual. I don't know, whatever. I don't care. The point is, I use it every day for my channel, and I can tell a difference when I'm recording, or I guess when I'm listening to recordings that I have made, and it makes a huge difference having the Rode mic. So I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you have, please come back and see me again. I will be getting other types of microphones on the channel eventually, so stick around for that and follow along on the journey. So I guess I'll see you guys on the next one. Don't forget to live from dusk till dawn, my dudes. See you later.